So today I'm going to be working on mounting a Starlink dish up in the rig. Now I've got a Starlink dish which I've been putting on the foredeck, and it's a really bad place for it for many reasons. It's not secure there and it's just a pain. So I want to put a smaller dish up on the spreaders, up the mast. I'm actually going to put it on top of the radar, which I know is not recommended, but I've been doing some testing and I think it's going to work. Probably talk more about that later. Yesterday we ran the cables for the Starlink through the mast conduit, and today I'm going to try and sort out the actual mounting. So the first step is to go up and remove the radar cover and bring it down to deck. Now, before I drill a hole in my radar cover, I should say this is definitely not recommended. Do not do this. I'm about to void all my warranties. Alright, so last night I glued this plywood pad to the inside of this cover using G-Flex epoxy, and so that is now going to spread the load of the 4 bolts, which are fairly close together, but it's going to spread that load over a much wider area really well because it's glued so well to this piece of plastic. So hopefully that'll make the whole arrangement a lot stronger and really reduce the chance of this dome being damaged or cracking or anything like that. So one of the most critical parts of this process, of course, is making sure that the plywood pad and the bolts on the inside of the radar cover don't interfere with the radar itself. And I'm just having to actually trim down the bolts just a little bit to make sure that there's no chance of them touching the actual radar transmitter as it spins around inside that cover. Of course, I have no way of knowing for sure if the bolts, the metal being so close to the transmitter could affect it, but I don't think it will. Also, the radar beam, it really goes out, it doesn't go up, so it's not gonna actually hit the dish. It shouldn't affect the readings I get from the radar, in theory, and I did test it up there, but of course there's no way of knowing for sure until it's up there for real. Well, it may look a little bizarre, but I think the Starlink installation actually worked out pretty well. I don't love it up there in the rig, but it is a lot better than having it down on the foredeck where I have to look at it and walk past it all the time. And it's much more secure and should work when we're sailing. For better or worse, it is important for me to have good, reliable internet connection to continue to make and share the content that supports this boat. Now, I have been testing both the radar and the Starlink, and they both seem to be working very well and don't interfere with each other. A few days later, we found ourselves in a different anchorage, preparing to sail south towards Victoria, where we will make our final preparations for heading offshore into the open Pacific and sailing south to San Francisco and then Mexico. Tally-ho's bowsprit was retracted because we'd just spent a night in a crowded marina, so the first job was to move it back outboard into its proper position. We did as much preparation as we could before it got dark and then got an early night ready to depart first thing in the morning. We decided to sail off the anchor without using the engine, and what we're doing here is pulling the jib out onto the bowsprit ready to hoist, and we're doing this using a ring that slides along the bowsprit called a traveller, and that means we don't actually have to go out on the bowsprit ourselves, so it's much safer if you're ever out in a big sea state.
Okay.
We hoisted the mainsail with the first reef in. That makes the mainsail just a little bit smaller and more manageable, especially when the wind is a little bit stronger. Once the main was up, Mara started hauling back the anchor chain, and just before the anchor broke free from the bottom, I hoisted the jib. Then we were able to bear away, let the sails fill, and take advantage of the northwest breeze to blow us south.
It's like a battle with jib sheets. The coast.
After sailing south for a while, the wind eased and we decided to shake out the reef in the mainsail, thereby restoring it to its full size.
Y'all ready for this?
Alright, let's go. With the wind continuing to ease, we also hoisted the gaff topsail, hoping the extra sail area would give us a bit more speed. But before too long, we found ourselves ghosting along in light airs, hardly making any progress. We knew that if we wanted to make our destination before nightfall, we'd have to drop the sails and start the engine.
Ready?
2, 6. After a very long day of sailing and motoring, we made it all the way to the island of Gabriola. Now, we visited this island on our way north a couple of months ago, and while we were here, we met some really cool people, including Maya and Aldino, who have a really cool YouTube channel called Sailing Magic Carpet, Barry, who also has a great channel called Sailor Barry, and Simon, who also has a great YouTube channel called Finding Simon. And you should check all of these YouTube channels out because they're all really interesting if you're into this sort of thing. But we specifically came back this time to meet up again with Simon, who had been working on a really special project for Tally Ho.
Hi, my name is Simon. I'm a sailor in Silva Bay and Gabriola, and this is my workshop. And I am building a Formosa 51 I bought for $1 to sail around the world. I've got a YouTube channel, and I hope you guys will follow me over there. It's a little bit of fun. And today we're working on Tally Ho's hatch covers. We've made her a boom tent already, and these hatch covers are a little complicated, but canvas work always is. It's quite custom, and we're covering it to keep it safe from the UV and the rain. It's all made out of Sombrella. We have PTFE thread, so these covers should last a very, very long time and keep the woodwork underneath in much better condition, and so Leo can spend more time sailing and enjoying the boat and less time sanding and varnishing it.
Thanks, Simon.
Not a problem.
Well, Simon,
It's done.
hatches are on.
Hatches are on.
Well, the covers, rather.
Yeah, and you have your nice boom tent as
Yeah.
well.
This is amazing.
It's done. I didn't There was a couple moments there I wasn't so sure it was going to get done in time. And we are a day late for sure.
No.
But we're sailors, and everything's always late with sailors, right?
You did so well. I was pretty intrigued as to how you're going to make these work, because the shapes are so awkward.
I would say it's definitely one of a kind.
And the hatch sliders go out beyond the end of the covers.
Let's see. So there's two separate pieces basically, right? So you got your cover for all the pieces that don't move, and then you have a separate cover for the bits that do.
Hey, thank you so much. I mean, these are really important. They're going to really help us maintain the varnish, the wood underneath. Of course, I'm sure some people will think it's a shame not to see the teak all the time, but we can take these off for photo opportunities, for regattas. But you know, when the boat's just sitting in the sun and no one's looking at it, these are going to really help protect the boat in the long term.
And more importantly, it's going to free up time for you to sail and travel and enjoy your boat.
Exactly,
and not be varnishing and sanding all the time. Because as you hear, that's what all wooden boat guys do, right?
Pretty much.
That's it.
Instead of varnishing this, I can varnish the other bits.
There you go. And you might have a day off somewhere in there too.
Maybe. And then this cover as well, it's going to keep us protected, so that's great.
It is a setting sun right now, so it's not doing a very good job this exact moment, but it is going to keep you dry and hopefully not too sunburnt.
Yeah. Well, thanks so much for helping us out. Really appreciate it.
Not a problem at all.
And best of luck with your project.
Yeah.
You guys make sure you go check out Simon's channel, Finding Simon.
It's going to take me a minute to catch up with you.
Yeah, well, we're not that fast.
Yeah. I also have a $1 boat. It also is similar size, although it's fiberglass, so hopefully I'll be able to build it a little bit quicker and get it going.
Yeah, and you're also planning to sail down to Mexico, right?
Yeah, we'll get down to Mexico and
who knows where.
Cross the Pacific and go around the world.
Yeah, well, we'll meet you in the Med, maybe.
Nice. That sounds good.
Cool.
Sounds good.
Hey, thanks, dude.
Thank you.
Well, Tally-Ho is looking great with her new covers, and in this video we made some good progress south, but we do have a few more miles to go and quite a lot more work to do on the boat before we'll be ready to set off into the open Pacific and head south towards San Francisco and Mexico. In the next video we'll be going to Victoria, doing that final preparation and welcoming our crew on board. Can you guess who they might be? Until then, do check out the other YouTube channels I mentioned in this video. They all tell really good stories, and Simon, who gets up to all sorts of interesting stuff, gave us a great deal on the covers. So a big thanks to him, big thanks to you for watching, and of course a massive thank you as always to everyone who has donated or otherwise supported this project. It does make a huge difference. It means you're able to keep on maintaining and sailing this boat and producing these videos. So I really appreciate it. And I'll see you next time. Cheers.